Good morning. How are you today? It's January 2nd, 2025, and it's 11:24 a.m. It is winter here. It is 48 degrees right now, which is a little warmer. It started out at 31 degrees this morning, and I have a cold. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. And before I talk about whatever it is that will show up here, I want to say I am so grateful for the wonderful friends that I have, and you know who you are. I'm humbled. I just love the fact that in one day I have 7 subscribers who are taking a leap with me, because you have no idea what's coming on this channel, and that so many of you decided to leave a comment, and I'm grateful for that. I love you all. I also would like to say, if you're new to this channel, and I don't know how many videos will make their way up here, but this is only the first one. I'm actually trying to give you some information. Go to the welcome video and see what I have said there, and get a sense of what's going on. I did say there that I am a nurse. I am not your nurse, and I am a therapist, and I'm not your therapist. And I said that then because I don't want anybody to take what I say and run with it without doing their own homework about it and talking to their own trusted healthcare people. This is for educational purposes, entertainment purposes. Oh, there's my friend Trixie. If you watched yesterday, you met Bear. So that's another one of the creatures that will make an appearance once in a while. So let's get back to this. If you choose to stay here for a while, I'd like to improve the quality of the videos and learn how to do, I'm not a big tech person, so learn how to do some really interesting things with maybe some graphics and things, and that's going to take a little time, and it might take a little money for me to do. So if you'd like to support this channel, I'm going to put in the comments how to buy me a coffee. There's no obligation for that at all. I just figure that it will probably help in the long run to be able to give you some better, more interesting ways of presenting information to you. So, so you get a sense of what I think would be helpful from my perspective. As I woke up with this cold this morning, and I'll tell you how I handled it and what I think about it, and maybe you could give me some information in the comments about what you're thinking about it. I think I got this cold from my grandson, who's home from college. He was not feeling well, and I caught him making himself some tea with honey and lemon. And I asked him, do you need to go to the doctor? And he said, maybe tomorrow. And he kept putting it off and putting it off. And he never did get to the doctor, by the way. So, so today when I woke up with this, I started to feel it yesterday, a little tickle in the throat and a little runny nose. And this morning it was just pretty bad. So I did not run to a pill bottle or a cough syrup or anything like that right off the bat. The first thing I did was I prayed, and I said, wow, God, I have this cold. Like, what should I do? And so what I'm going to share with you right there in that moment is that my friend Stephen, when I spoke to him the other day, he said, Anne Lamott had this suggestion where 3 words capture the essence of what prayer is about. Help me, God. Thanks, God. And wow, God. And I thought, wow, that's fantastic. And somewhere in there, I'm going to mention it. And here it is the next day, and I have to mention it. And so thank you, Stephen. And thank you, Anne Lamott. That's really lovely stuff. And really hits home to me. So what the next thing, I decided that I was going to make myself some chicken soup for breakfast. And some of you may think that's a little strange, but I don't eat breakfast the way that America eats breakfast. I'm not a big pancake and waffle person. I do like to have eggs in the morning. They're easy, they're full of protein. There are no points on my diet. So I fill in lots of moments when I need protein with eggs. But I didn't want to do that this morning. I wanted to have a chicken soup because it's the first thing I reach for when I know I have a cold. How do I know I don't have something worse right now? I'm not really sure. I'm ruling out the flu for myself right at this moment. And the reason for that rule out is I don't have a fever and I don't have body aches. I have a little tickle in my throat. I'm sorry, but my Trixie is kicking something around and that little noise is distracting me. So if you want to know what's going on, it's the cat playing. So I have a tickle in my throat. I have a cough, and I always have this cough, so that's not really a sign, but I started to sneeze, and that is a sign. And this runny nose, and I'm a little tired. So the chicken soup thing goes back to my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my mother, all the ladies on that line. I mean, that's what we did, and that's what I do. So I thought I would talk to you because I said in my introduction to you that I want to give you a good basis. I want you to use discernment and critical thinking in whatever you're doing. And so even something as simple as chicken soup, I looked it up. Is it really a good solution for when you don't feel well? And it seems that it is. Yeah, there's some scientific evidence for that. So I would love to share that with you if you want to know, but I think I lost the page for that. But what did I do? I did a little Google search, and let's see, is chicken soup really good for you? And yeah, a lot of things came up here, but I'm looking for something that I personally trust as far as a good resource. And here's this thing right here from SciTech Daily. I'll put this little link in the description below. Healing Power of Chicken Soup, Unveiling the Science. And there's this beautiful little blog article here, nice pictures of chicken soup with noodles. And in the bottom, there's this YouTube video, Sunday morning, presented by one of the major networks here in the United States, called Chicken Soup, The Story of Jewish Penicillin. And my father always called chicken soup Jewish penicillin. He was a Brooklyn boy, and he knew what worked. He was a smart guy. So I urge you to go take a look at that. That's SciTech Daily. That link will be below in the description. And in my chicken soup this morning, I don't have a whole chicken here today. I don't even have chicken meat in my refrigerator. I have chicken stock in my pantry. So I cut up half an onion, which they all have their own medicinal properties, the things that you put in your soup. So I put in a little onion. I have celery. I did not have carrots. So I was a little bummed, but it didn't taste bad at all after I finished. So I just 1 teaspoon of olive oil, which is high in polyphenols and really good for you, a good olive oil. And so I just cut up my onion in a little bit of olive oil. My celery, let it sweat a little bit in the heat. I didn't add salt. I have hypertension. It's controlled. So I limit the salt that I put in my food. It doesn't really change anything. If I was going to put salt in it, I would put sea salt in it. And black pepper. I thought about putting red pepper in it, but it's a little bit too much heat for me at this hour of the day. So black pepper. Garlic salt, because I don't have fresh garlic down here tonight. I have to get to the market. And those were the only, and parsley. Those are the only 4 seasonings that I put in the stock. And me, I like a noodle. So I have egg noodles here. I put in a half cup, which cooks up to a cup of pasta when it's finished. And I thought about the healing properties of that, just the emotional healing properties of that, but also the physical healing properties of that. And I learned some things this morning in looking up chicken soup to talk to you about it today. I learned that chicken soup goes back more than before 2,000 years ago. It's many thousands of years ago in China. It's a remedy or food that is found in almost every culture with different seasonings and ingredients. And it is one of those things that people do reach for when they're not feeling well. So there's something, maybe not just historically, scientifically, emotionally, psychologically, maybe even a little spiritual stuff going on in there when you find something really wonderful in a food, huh? Okay, so the second thing I want to talk about besides chicken soup is really not spreading this cold. And as a nurse, what I know is you wash your hands. And you wash your hands, and you keep washing your hands, and you do it as many times as you need to throughout the day, depending on who or what you're coming in contact with. So, excuse me, the resource that I look to is the CDC here in the United States of America. That is an official government agency, and I have some concerns that I'm not going to mention too much about here because of the political climate. I mean, I would like the scientists at the CDC to maintain their integrity, no matter who's in charge, and to make sure that they put out truthful, useful, and well-researched information for people. This is a trusted agency right now. So I will send the link to you about hand washing, which is really kind of cool. It has a lot of sweet stuff on here. And it's very simple. There's only 5 steps to really good hand washing. You wet your hands, you lather your hands with a good soap, you scrub for at least 20 seconds. And I've heard that is humming happy birthday to yourself in your head will get you to that 20-second mark. Then rinse your hands well underwater and dry your hands using a clean towel or a hair dryer, an air dryer, I should say. And if you're in a public place, I suggest that you take another piece of towel and turn off the faucet with that other paper towel. You've touched it with your cold-laden hands to open the faucet. Now you want to close the faucet with a clean piece of paper. So yeah, there are hand sanitizers out there. We just came from, obviously from a long period of not being well in the country here and in the world with a pandemic. And so you're not unfamiliar with this. I'm not going to wear a mask out today. I'm probably not going to go out much today. I do have to go later on for an appointment. I will be in the car most of that time. And if I was really actively coughing and having sniffles and all of that other stuff, I might put on a mask. I will put one in the car just in case. So why? Because there are people that are compromised in the world, and I don't want to be someone that contributes to their distress. Not because I'm paranoid or because I think, I'm going to spread germs unnecessarily. I think it's just a question of loving your neighbor. Yeah. So I hope that was a little taste of who I am, where I come from, what I'm thinking about, how I'm dealing with this little challenge that showed up today, and how you might help me move forward with doing more of this, having a little more fun on this channel. So the ways that you can help, please just view the video. I'm going to keep it under 15 minutes. Please like it. I would love for you to like it and share it. That would help build this channel. And as you do that, invite more people to come and be part of this and have some fun with me. There is a little graphic for the Buy Me a Coffee. I don't know if I can fit it in here, so I will put the link to that down below as well. So please comment and let me know, what did you think of this, good or bad? And what could show up next here? It'll surprise us both. So have a wonderful day. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.